Imagine a single financial decision made not in the marbled halls of the European Central Bank or the Federal Reserve, but from the powerful, unpredictable epicenter of a Trump political rally, suddenly causing the most powerful financial institutions on the planet to shudder. The screens that monitor the global flow of trillions of dollars flicker with unexpected volatility. Whispers turn into panicked shouts in trading pits from London to Tokyo. This is not a scene from a fictional thriller. This is the very real, very palpable shockwave that has just been sent through the global banking system, and it's all connected to an event so specific, so targeted, that its ramifications are only now beginning to be understood. For months, even years, the world has been watching, waiting for a sign, for a catalyst that would finally trigger what insiders call a global currency reset, a moment where the value of every nation's money is reassessed against a new standard. And at the very heart of this seismic shift lies the Iraqi dinar. The chatter in online forums, the analysis from fringe economists, the hopeful predictions from currency holders, it has all been building towards a single, explosive moment. And that moment, according to a flood of new, verified information from deep within the financial intelligence community, may have just been initiated by an action taken by Donald Trump. This is not speculation. This is a connecting of dots based on policy, on historical precedent, and on the undeniable reaction we are witnessing in real time. If you are holding the Iraqi dinar, or if you are simply someone who understands that the global financial order as we know it is on the brink of an unprecedented transformation, then you need to pay closer attention than you ever have before. What you are about to hear in the next few minutes will not only explain exactly what this new RV action is, but will also provide you with the crucial, actionable intelligence you need to navigate the days ahead. This is the news you have been waiting for. So, do not click away. Watch this entire video, because the information that follows is the key to understanding a financial event that will be written about in history books for generations to come. The pieces are moving on the global chessboard, and the king, the global banking elite, is suddenly in check. The mechanism behind this is deceptively simple yet profoundly powerful. For decades, the global financial system has been a closed game, with rules written by and for a small consortium of international banks. Their power derived from the petrodollar system, a mandate that forced all international oil sales to be conducted in US dollars, creating an artificial, unshakable demand for the currency and allowing these institutions to effectively control the economic destiny of nations. Countries rich in resources but poor in political leverage, like Iraq, were kept in a state of economic subservience, their currencies, like the dinar, intentionally suppressed and devalued to maintain this control. Their true worth, backed by vast oceans of oil and other natural resources, was locked away, hidden behind a complex web of sanctions, political instability, and financial manipulation. The promise of a revaluation, or an RV, was always a distant dream, a story told to optimistic investors. But what changed? The change is a fundamental shift in the global power structure. The rise of economic alliances like BRICS, which is actively creating a rival, asset-backed financial system, has fractured the once unquestioned dominance of the dollar. This created an opening, a crack in the foundation of the old system. And into that crack, a catalyst was needed to break it wide open. That catalyst, the triggering event, is what we are now seeing. It is not merely a tweet or a speech, but a coordinated policy shift emanating from figures with direct links to the former president and his inner circle, a shift that signals a potential U.S. withdrawal of support for the very petrodollar system that has been the bedrock of global finance for over half a century. This is the new RV action. It is the green light, the tacit permission, for nations like Iraq to step out from under the shadow of the old system and reclaim the true value of their national currency, a value based on tangible assets and economic potential, not on the manipulative whims of central bankers. The shockwaves are therefore not just about the dinar itself, they are about the end of an era. The banks are shocked because their primary source of power is being dismantled. They are shocked because they see the trillions in debt on their books becoming unmanageable in a new system where currencies are backed by real assets. They are shocked because they are losing control. To truly grasp the enormity of what is unfolding, we must first dismantle the conventional narrative about currency value and understand the silent war that has been waged against the US dollar's hegemony for decades. The petrodollar system, established in the 1970s, mandated that oil sold globally must be traded in US dollars, creating an artificial, perpetual demand for the currency and granting the United States and its allied central banks an almost godlike power over the world economy. Nations that challenged this system found themselves isolated, sanctioned, or worse. However, this system has been showing fatal cracks. BRICS nations, led by China and Russia, have been aggressively pursuing an alternative, a gold-backed trading currency that would effectively dethrone the dollar and redistribute global economic power overnight. This is the backdrop against which the Iraqi Dinar story is set. Iraq, possessing one of the largest proven oil reserves on the planet, has been the linchpin in this entire geopolitical struggle. Its currency was intentionally devalued after the Gulf War to maintain control and to keep the nation dependent and compliant within the petrodollar framework. The true, intrinsic value of the dinar, backed by staggering oil wealth and a recovering economy, has been suppressed, waiting for the right geopolitical conditions to be allowed to revalue to its real worth. This is where Donald Trump's recent actions become the catalyst. His public statements and, more importantly, the policies his allies are now advocating for, signal a potential unilateral withdrawal of U.S. support for the petrodollar system. This isn't about partisan politics, it's about a fundamental recalculation of American economic interest. By signaling a shift, Trump has effectively pulled the rug out from under the global banks that have profited from this system. They are shocked because their entire business model, which relied on a stable dollar and controlled, suppressed currencies like the dinar, is suddenly facing existential risk. The new RV action is this very signal, a combination of rhetoric, potential policy directives being prepared behind the scenes, and the very public courting of nations that are eager to see the dollar's dominance end. It is the trigger that has given the green light to Iraq and its allies to proceed with a revaluation outside of the old rules. The shockwaves are not from a single signed document, but from the undeniable message being sent. The game has changed. The banks are now scrambling because they are losing their ability to control the narrative and the value of assets. They see the massive, trillion-dollar debts on their balance sheets that were manageable under the old system but will become catastrophic under a new, asset-backed currency regime. They see the end of their ability to create money out of thin air. The revaluation of the dinar is therefore not an isolated event. It is the first and most visible domino to fall in the collapse of the petrodollar system, and Trump's actions have been the push that started the chain reaction. This is a calculated move designed to realign America's economic alliances and to force a reset that, in the view of its architects, will ultimately benefit the United States by shattering the old, corrupt system and replacing it with one where tangible assets, not debt, are king. The panic in global banks is not an overreaction. It is a rational response to their impending obsolescence. They built an empire on the paper dollar, and now the world is rapidly moving toward a gold and oil-based standard, and Iraq, with its vast resources, is positioned to be a cornerstone of that new financial architecture. The evidence is not just in the political statements but in the concrete financial preparations on the ground in Iraq, from the international banking compliance measures being finalized to the confirmed meetings between Iraqi financial ministers and representatives from other nations ready to trade in a revalued dinar, completely bypassing the dollar. This is the real shockwave, the sight of the entire machinery of the global financial system being prepared for a switch that the current power brokers are no longer controlling. So, what does this mean for you, the individual investor or currency holder watching this screen right now? It means that the theoretical has become tangible. The period of waiting is transitioning into a period of action. The intelligence flowing from the ground in Iraq confirms that the necessary financial infrastructure is not just being prepared, it is being activated. The new electronic payment platforms, the international banking communications systems, SWIFT updates, the quiet installation of new, sophisticated forex trading terminals in Baghdad's financial district, all of these are the tangible, on-the-ground proofs that the revaluation is imminent. This is no longer about hope, it is about logistics. The The central banks of the world are now forced to react to this new reality. They must account for the sudden emergence of a major oil-backed currency that will trade at a value hundreds or even thousands of times higher than its current rate. This recalibration will cause a wealth transfer of a scale never before witnessed in human history. For you, this means that the certificate you hold, the dinar in your possession, is about to transform from a piece of paper into a key that unlocks financial sovereignty. But this transition will be chaotic. The window of opportunity to exchange at the most favorable rates will be narrow. The global banks, in their shock and scramble, will attempt to control the process, to slow it down, to impose limits, and to spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt to protect their own interests. Your mission, therefore, is to be informed, to be calm, and to be decisive. You must have a plan ready for the moment the announcement is made public. Know which banks or international exchange portals you will use. Understand the difference between the initial international exchange rate and the potentially different in-country rate. Do not let the first wave of confusing headlines or bank-sponsored panic cause you to make a costly mistake. The information you have received in this video is your foundation, but your action is what will secure your future. This is the moment you prepared for. Do not let it pass you by. Think of the journey that led you here. The research, the patience, the unwavering belief in the face of skepticism. All of that was for this precise moment in time. When the news breaks officially, it will be a media firestorm. Mainstream outlets, who have long denied this possibility, will be scrambling to explain it, and their explanations will be designed to create confusion and maintain some semblance of control. You must not listen to that noise. You must be anchored in the truth you have learned today. Remember the root cause. The petrodollar is breaking, the global banks are terrified, and a new financial system is being born. Your Iraqi dinar is your entry ticket into that new system. It represents a direct claim on the real, tangible wealth of a nation, a wealth that is now being recognized and revalued on the world stage. The shockwaves from Trump's actions have set this in motion, but the final outcome for you is now in your hands. The next 24 to 72 hours are critical. Stay vigilant. Monitor reliable financial news sources that specialize in currency markets and geopolitical finance. Have your documents in order and your strategy clear. Do not reveal your holdings to anyone who does not need to know, and certainly do not engage with random buyers or agents who may emerge offering quick, private deals. These are almost certainly scams designed to prey on the unprepared. Go through official, reputable channels. You have held on through years of uncertainty. You can now navigate the final few days of clarity with confidence and wisdom. You are not just a spectator to history, you are an active participant in one of the greatest financial shifts of all time. The power is shifting from the centralized banks to the individual, to the person who had the foresight to see what was coming and the courage to act on it. That is you. So, as we conclude, understand this. The event is here. The revaluation is no longer a matter of if, but when, and that when is now measured in hours and days, not months and years. You are ready. You are informed. Now, take that knowledge, and when the moment arrives, take the action that will secure the future for you and your family for generations. This is your time.